Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna be doing an oil change on one of my cars. It's a 2000 Toyota Camry, and it's a really nice car. If anybody's out there thinking for like their first car, anything, this is a really nice car. So I'm gonna show you guys how simple or how difficult it can be. I have been parking on cars for a while, so I've got myself some of these plastic Rhino ramps. We're gonna go ahead and put them on. Alright, so you go right here. Just want to put it like that. Then you're gonna go and do the same on the other side. Like that. Alright, once you got them on. Oh, and by the way, not everybody has a Rhino ramps. So something else you could do is grab like a jack. Sometimes some cars have jacks. You just put it right there and jack the car up to get access under the car. Alright, then you're gonna want to hop in the car. Here we got the old Camry, you guys can see it. Gotta put the key in. And then what you're gonna want to do is just accelerate a tiny bit until you feel it on top. So alright, I'm gonna check right now. Let's go check if it's on right now. Oh yeah. So yeah, you just accelerate a tiny bit and it'll be on. Alright, and something I do for like safety, because you have to remember those are a plastic, so it can either be like faulty or it can be old and break on you. So I have these jack stands here, and you just want to go on each side of the car. Let me see if I could show y'all under exactly where it is. So right here under, there's like a thick line here. You're gonna want to put the jack as high as it can go, and then start pulling it back until it hits that. Yeah, until it hits that there. And then in case that fails or anything, it snaps, it just falls onto this. You're gonna want to do the same thing on the other side. All right, I'll go over the tools that you need. So you need either a ratchet, a wrench, or a wrench to be able to take out the oil bolt at the bottom. Sometimes if these are old, it's called an oil filter. If it's too old, if it's a tool, they'll be a bit hard to untighten. But usually what you want it to be is that you could just put your hand, but have like something to wear in your hand, and then you should be able to untighten it with your hand like that. All right, so right now that we have the car up, the first thing you're going to want to do is find the oil cap, and you're going to want to take that off so it takes off the pressure from the vacuum pressure from up here, so that the oil can fall out easier. All right, and after working on cars for a while, I got myself one of these. This is a 16 quart drain container. So I opened the ice cap up here on top. I put it at the bottom so that when I open the oil plug, it just falls into here. So anytime you're working on your car, you want to make sure to pull up the parking brake, so just to make sure that the car isn't moving around. And then always before heading under the car, you want to give it a good shake and make sure that it doesn't fall or anything. All right, so for this car I'll be using a 14 millimeter to take out the bolt. So on this car, the oil pan is going to be on the left side. Well, on the passenger side, I'll say. And then I'm gonna look right here, and it's that plug right there. And then you're gonna want to make sure you have it on a lefty, a loosey, so counter clockwise. And then once you untighten it, you can just keep untightening it like that, and then it'll start falling like that. And there you go. We have started draining the oil, and now we have to wait until it finishes, and then we can take off the oil filter. All right, so now we come up here, then we start untightening it, and as you can see, it actually just started dripping from right there. But I have my oil a container down there, so it's able to catch all of the oil that's leaking from here. Alright, so right here I have the old oil filter, and here's the new one for this car. In case you are parking on this car, I got PH6967. Alright, and something you want to do is you want to take out the oil filter, and you want to make sure it's similar in shape and size. And then you want to put your finger here, or also down there. You want to get some oil and put some oil on the seal, and also put some oil on the threads as well. And then you go ahead and grab your new oil filter, and you just twist it on, and you just want to tighten it as tight only by hand. Then we come back here, and then after it finishes draining, you just want to plug it back in, but it's still draining a tiny bit, so we'll wait. In the hole right there, oh, and something I learned is if you have these tiny bottles, when you pour your oil, you want to pour it like this and not like this. So the oil bottles are meant to pour like this. So all right, let's go pour it in. Oh, there you go. And for his car, it takes a 3.8 liters. So that's how much oil you're gonna want to add. All right, so before checking the oil, you want to make sure that the car is flat on the ground. So I'm gonna put my car in neutral, and I'm gonna try to push it down. Try to push it down right now. Here, I'm gonna actually go push it down. All right, you just want to make sure that after you push it down, you pull the handbrake on so that the car stops. All right, now all that's left to do is check the oil stick. I make sure to wipe it down and check it again. So I'm gonna sit you guys down, and then you take it out and you want to wipe it. Then you want to put it back in and take it out again. And it might be a little hard to see, but if there is oil under that line, then it means you are good. Alright, something else I do is I have one of these empty, so I just open it up and fill it with the old oil, and you can actually drop off the old oil at any auto parts store like AutoZone, unless they changed their policy. But last time I checked, yeah, so you just take your old oil and you just drop it off. It should be free of charge. Alright guys, and that's the oil change. That like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time.